Hey guys, George, Survive and Thrive TV, talking about $5 peak summer gasoline prices coming. John Hofmeister, he's the former president of Shell, came out and said expect $5 a gallon gas, yeah, for the cheap stuff, and almost a guarantee for 2012. What we're seeing in the Middle East, what we're seeing happening in Libya, all the instability that's happening in the Middle East is pushing oil prices through the roof. We're going to hit $100 in oil, guys. It's on the front page of Drudge. It was a 9% increase in one day in oil. And if you're talking about Libya, Libya is the 18th largest producer of oil. They provide 2% of the global supply or output of oil. So what's happening in the Middle East will affect you in your gas prices. If you look at GasBuddy.com, we're already seeing in Los Angeles $4 a gallon gas at many gas stations throughout Los Angeles. If you look, California has some of the highest gas prices in the country. This will reverberate throughout the country. So guys, what we're hitting is we're coming very close to that time in 2008 where we had a huge surge in commodity prices, a huge surge in gasoline prices. Do you remember that? For a couple months we were hitting $4, sometimes $5 a gallon gas. And then let me tell you what happened in Southern California. People were spending extra $300, $400, $500 on commuting costs because, you know, it's not unnormal for people to commute an hour, sometimes an hour and a half to work, and they're just burning gas the whole way. What you had here were families spending an extra $300, $400, $500 a month, and they were putting it all on the credit card, and they were praying to God, please, please, bring the gasoline prices back down. They did come down, and then they went through the process of paying all that back. But what the question I have for you guys is, are you guys prepared for a sustained, long period of time where you have gas prices up here at $4, $5 a gallon and beyond? Americans out there really need to start thinking about the car you drive, how far you are to work. If you live an hour to an hour and a half away from work, you need to think about selling that house or letting it go into foreclosure and then going and getting a condo or renting an apartment closer to work. Or if you got that SUV, you got to think about letting it go or selling it and getting a Toyota Tercel instead. The question is, when are ordinary Americans going to stand up for what they believe? The ones that have had their houses taken away from them, the ones that have had their cars taken away from them, the ones that have had their bank accounts decimated. That's the question. The people with the money, the people with the benefits, they're out in the street protesting. Now, what's happening to all the Americans that have been thrown to the ground by this economy? They're sitting at home, watching TV, watching the world unfold. The question is, when will they stand up?